Okay, welcome back to the Next Level video series. This is video 3, and if you're just seeing this for the first time, my name is Jasmine Starr, and I'm a photographer and business strategist from Newport Beach, California. I am also the founder of Social Curator, a monthly social media marketing membership for business owners. Now, I have the honor of working with a lot of different entrepreneurs. Okay, so it's natural for me to have conversations about the struggles we all face. It does not matter how long you've been in business, what industry you're in, or if you sell a product or a service. We all face the same pressure points. Now, this video series is intended to pour light on the common struggles and take your business to the next level. In video 1, we spoke about how to define your brand message and getting followers by creating valuable and beneficial content. And then in video 2, we spoke about lead generation and how to get your business seen by more customers. Now we've arrived to video 3. This is all about how to position your business and how to stick out from the competition. On that note, let's dive into the content now.
Well, we had kind of alluded to this in my world playing in Instagram. There's so many of these Girl Boss and Boss Babes and all these accounts that are doing the same thing. How do we stand out in terms of being strategists and on sort of the harder side of business? What is the content we need to be creating that is going to distinguish our brand from other brands without being repetitive?
Do you think that you do, just a legit question, do you think that you do what Boss Babe and Girl Boss does?
No, but I don't know what else to do, I guess, is kind of the creative dilemma. It's well, we're not photographers, so we're not out taking pictures of what's happening. We're there, but we're not actually creating that content. So I need to really define what it is, what I'm visually capturing on other platforms, so we can, the copy and the storytelling is kind of will come naturally after that, but I don't know what that visual component is to really bring people in.
Okay, so in my mind, it goes back to the first of the 3 tenets. Who are you targeting? Mm-hmm. When you know who you're targeting so clearly, then everything else comes into play. And I usually work backwards. I believe that Instagram is so visually driven, but when you become shackled to visuals, you become paralyzed. I don't have the perfect visual. When I know that I know what actually sells, copy and story.
Yeah.
So if you feel like you have a distinct message, you know your brand messaging, and you know who you're targeting, then it just becomes a thing of I just need to find a photo. But most of the time people are the photo is the thing, and I would press really hard against that. It is the thing that stops somebody, but I'm not concerned about stopping. I'm not concerned about the I'm not concerned about being popular. I'm concerned about running a profitable business. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I want everybody to take a step back from and say, okay, it's great to have the numbers and they will come. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to content, I would clearly go to the gap in the market. And I feel you are so clearly serving a gap in the market that you could say, this is who we're for. This is what we do. And once you do that, and that becomes your brand messaging. This is everybody's brand messaging. This is who I am and this is what I do. And you need to say it again, and you need to say it again, and you need to say it again. And then the gap in the market to me is you have a lot of these inspirational boss, babe, be an influencer, be somebody, have your business. But what does it take to stick out? Mm-hmm. If you were to create content for that target consumer who is, I believe, a personal brand or an influencer, and you were to share free content, do you have the relationships with people that you need to do? Do you know that it takes us 3 weeks just to put together a proposal? Here are 3 tips to putting together the perfect proposal to go out to brands. And you're thinking, why would I give away content that I'm trying to sell? They cannot do it on themselves.
Right.
There's actually 1% of people that can do it themselves. And God bless them, they were never gonna hire you to begin with.
Right.
You literally give everything away. I teach everything I know about social media. Everything. All the time. No bars held. And I realized that people cannot create photos in the capacity that I can create. They don't know how to create marketing strategies that I do. And every month I give away, no, I didn't give away. My members receive stock photos, caption templates, and a marketing plan. And all my brand messaging is, I play to pain. How much time are you wasting on social media?
Yep.
Do you ever walk in and you're like, I need a story to share, I just haven't been, and I know that I need to do. I immediately, that's where I'm going. I go to the pain point, and my solution is we offer a way for you to show up on social media every single day. And I say that again, I say it again, and I say it again. You are gonna be like, I wanna share how you do what we do. And then people start doing it and they realize, I can't do it. You're gonna share, this is exactly how you go, and after you've had a baby and you've gained 60 pounds and you're middle and you've only lost 30, like, how do you dress at this point in time? I'm gonna show you exactly, and then you realize, I can't really do it, because I walk into Nordstrom, I walk into Bloomingdale's, and I'm really overwhelmed. When we come to content about who we're servicing, reiterating our brand message, and then showing them that we are uniquely qualified to do the exact thing that they want, then the sale happens. In my mind, that's just content. Content for that person, share, have them get indebted, highlight the pain, and they become a customer.
Through your lens, if my copy was the pain point, how much revenue are you leaving on the table? How much revenue are you missing? Or something along those lines. What are some things that we can do as like that are going to make people stop and read that copy, like from a visual standpoint? I know it has to be something beautiful. Does it have to be some, like, I think I need some more parameters on like what that is.
But I have an example for you, a specific one. It's like, you know, Tracy's shirt. It's like, I'm sure that wasn't that your idea?
Yes.
So that's a revenue stream.
Hold on, let's bring everybody up to speed, because what's Tracy?
Sorry, Tracy. So Tracy is another client that we share, Fangirl Sports Network, and Jenny came aboard, and one of the revenue streams that she created was merchandise.
So cool.
For Tracy. So that's football themed.
Got it.
So Tracy's already paid for a photo shoot, so you don't have to shoot it. You've got the photo. Why can't you use that photo and say what you did to make that come to life?
Does that fit into like, is it more important to showcase those projects then, or like to have a cohesive aesthetic? I wonder, like that sort of
project. So good. I love this conversation. Why? Because we become so consumed with the aesthetics of the feed. Example, how many of you, for the people you follow, just for the people you follow, how many of their accounts have you gone back to their grid in the last 30 days?
Maybe 5 or 10.
And how many people do you follow?
I'd say a few, yeah.
1,000.
Exactly.
But when a new person comes to your profile.
When a new person comes to your profile, which is why we have to focus on what the bio is. A branded bio is your business card, and somebody reads that and needs to know the benefits. Hands down, there are 5 pieces. A description. I do not need to know that you are a purveyor of memories and family heirlooms when you're a photographer. Like, explain it to me like I'm 5, because you have 150 characters. Second thing is your contact information. Like, literally phone number or email, because we think that people, they'll just DM me. No, we have to play to the lowest common denominator. Second piece, list the benefits. Why are they going to follow you? Fashion styling tips for moms. Branding tips, or whatever it is going to be, like how to increase your personal brand, revenue streams in your personal brand. Finding the right representation for publicity. What are the benefits that we're all listing for our businesses? And then fourth thing is, who is it for? This is where I come back. I've said it again and again. Put a stake in the freaking ground. This is for brand new moms. We know that other moms are going to buy your stuff. I'm not saying it should be for brand new moms. I'm just saying for personal brands. This is for micro influencers. This is for boutique hotels. I mean, put a stake in the ground and say, that's it. We are going to attract other people. But the minute that we become elusive, the minute we become so confident in our business that we can say, this is who I'm for, people are like, I want more of that. I might not fit into it, but I want it. It's this weird psychology. Last piece of a boss bio is, how are they going to opt in? My exit link is always leading to an opt-in. Do I want to send them to a recent YouTube video? Sure. But I only send them to a recent YouTube video if there's an opportunity for them to opt in, because I want 2 opportunities to nurture that. So, to me, when people ask me, when the grid is so important, it is. But I don't care if you have the perfectly curated grid if your bio is like, mama in the kitchen, I love the beach. What? What do you do? Like, what is this for? Your bio is way more important. So we have the bio, and then the feed cultivates. It showcases, oh, she represents merchandising. She does this. She works with personal brands. Oh, she has user-generated content. She has her own content. She's guiding these mothers after motherhood, new motherhood, into feeling like foxy babes. Like, wow, I get it. And I get that she can do what she can do for me. That becomes a game changer. So, photos important. Photos collectively important, but I just don't think that any of us in this room are gonna intentionally curate something really, really bad. And it took me a while to get here.
Yeah.
I'm pretty staunch about it. Like, I used to believe that my feed had to be perfect, and I didn't want a photo of me and every photo next to each other. I had to be broken up by this. And then I was like, you know what? I just gotta let it breathe.
Yeah.
I just wanna be there for my people. I wanna create great content. I don't care if you don't think my feed's freaking great. I'm over it now. And I believe that business owners, the faster you get there, the more you're gonna succeed. Okay, social. What are the other questions? So we're speaking the truth, and we know this, and I feel like I'm like holding a mirror up to myself. Like, my team always tells me, you've got to show a little bit more of the grit. Like, that's what you have to do. And I'm like, I'm so uncomfortable with that. Like, I'm uncomfortable, but I'm like, that's what we want to see, all of us collectively on social. It's like, it's game changing. And how nice for us to be on the forefront of what that means. To be like, you look back and be like, I was one of the first people, who just got really ugly. Dude, I would do that.
I feel like more than ever, we're in a time where people crave, like, they want to relate so badly to somebody else that I think that the more people are being authentic on their feeds and not being so worried about it being perfectly curated and the aesthetic is all the same, I think that people are being drawn in more because everybody is craving the authenticity to relate to that person. And at least that's what I've found more in more times than not right now with my business is I'm in an industry where that's all it is it's pictures and your aesthetic, and I look at other photographers and their feeds are beautiful, and then I look at mine and I'm like, what's going on? But then I'm realizing, whatever, it's fine, it's working for me, and I'm noticing that when I'm just posting what I want to post, it gets a better response. When I post things because I'm worried about the way something looks, it doesn't respond as well. So that's just kind of something that I've learned too with being in the industry where appearance does matter. I'm noticing now it doesn't as much. The message, what you're trying to put out there is what does.
Really encourage people to come up with this idea of categories. And I love categories of 9 only because visually this is what the categories become when we look at an Instagram. So I chose Instagram because right now it is the platform with the most engagement and the fastest growth. Tomorrow it could be Wabblebeeb, and I'll be like, on Wabblebeeb they have 12. We're doing that. Like, I have no attachment to the platform. I go where is the fastest growth and the most engagement, hands down. So we're gonna use fastest growth, highest engagement, that's Instagram. So figure out 9. If we look at squares of 9, you can have categories. I like 9, but anywhere between 9 and 12 categories. If it does not fall in one of those categories, you're now streamlining how you want to talk about your business. Now, I say categories are ways to talk about your business without having to sell your business. Because what we see on Instagram is people are always selling. Like, here's my affiliate link, this is my course, I'm promoting this, I'm in a launch, and it becomes like, who wants to follow that? Like, it's just too much. So categories are ways to talk about your business and not sell your business. So in my case, one of my categories is my husband. I could talk about my husband in a professional way because we're business partners. I talk about how he occasionally is in the inbox, he helps plan. I'm really talking about my business, but I'm talking about my husband in relation to my business. I talk about coffee. Coffee is one of my 9 categories. Right. I don't sell coffee, I don't make coffee, I don't brew coffee, but I believe that coffee helps me be productive to do the things that I love. So what is it that I love? Well, I empower entrepreneurs. What are you drinking today? Like, really, so these categories could be for you: travel, hotels, interiors, what you're wearing, behind the scenes, your favorite food, your weekend life, your pet. Okay, let's just say that those are what they are. When people go to your feed, it literally naturally starts looking like a prettier feed because people know what to expect. People now know every 9 to 12 photos they're gonna see a photo of my husband. Every 9 to 12 photos they're gonna see the books that I'm reading. Every 9 to 12 photos they're gonna see a cup of coffee. Why? Because these are the things that I'm talking about my business without having to sell my business. And so for you, you're like, I don't have content, but actually you do. Because if one of your posts was like an inspirational quote, one of your favorite hotels, weekend wear, and what you like to drink, these 4 types of photos, 3 of them, you don't even have to produce yourself. You can go to Instagram and repurpose a photo with giving credit to somebody else, or going to like the hotel's website. You can go to the Golden Door, choose one of their photos, put it on Instagram, credit them, and like your feed looks beautiful. It empowers you to sell the story. It empowers you to talk about what you do. And you actually have plenty of content. Inspirational quotes do really freaking well.
And I think
right about now would be a good time to pause this video before we get into video number 4. I know we covered a lot of information, but just to make sure it sinks all in, I want to do a quick recap. Okay, on a side note, be sure to download the free Next Level Action Guidebook to make sure you're completing the exercises and taking additional notes to apply what you've learned, because that'll like expedite everything. Okay, so now for the recap. Let's get into number 1. We need to create compelling content without being repetitive. Number 2, we need to create content for the gap in the market. That's where you want your business to be so that you can get noticed. And number 3, use a branded bio on Instagram and use 9 to 12 categories to ensure that your grid is aesthetically pleasing without getting caught up with perfection. Remember, categories help you talk about your business without having to sell your business. Now, this leads me to what's coming in video 4. What's too personal when you're sharing something on social media? And you want to keep it professional, right? Like, what's the boundaries there? Where do you draw the line when you're using it for both business and pleasure? Now, I'm going to see you in the next video and break this all down very soon for you.